literally just that little bit too far, and just you tweak everything in your body.
Yeah. Oh man, you're right.
Yeah, it's just a problem you hit when you get over 30 and you still think you can move like you're 26. And then you think, holy 30, that shouldn't have hurt that much.
Nice.
Yeah. Right. Cool. It's weird how late it feels.
Oh mate, I've been up since 6, so...
6. I got up about just under 7. Like one of those Sundays, you know those days when you wake up and you go, get up and go. Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome people to episode 168 of Dude and a Monkey. I am one of your co-hosts, Mark Foster, and as ever, I am joined by...
Ian Loring. I'm feeling a bit ill. And
you sound a little under the weather, yeah?
Yeah, I'm drinking Elvis juice, so...
Elvis, where do you get that from? I can never find it anywhere.
It's bloody Tesco. It's the first time I've ever seen it in there.
Oh, nice.
Like, they expanded their range of brew dogs. Sorry, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, that. Because I've last week I was on the Dead Point Club, and this week I've been on the Punk. And yeah, but I always try and look for the Elvis juice, but I can never find it anywhere. It's annoying, but I'll check out Tesco tomorrow.
I think I'm going to go for their bottle box. Do you know about that?
I read some about it, but not a lot.
Yeah, it's it's their kind of like beer club thing.
Yeah,
and if you pay for the whole thing a year up front, you get a month free as well. So I think it works out. I think it works out something like 18 bottles for like 33 quid or something, which isn't amazing, but it obviously they'll give you some stuff you probably won't really be able to get in your average supermarket. And the way prices seem to be going up after Brexit, I think that's actually not a bad offer.
For just £23 per month.
Yeah, you don't get that many bottles for the 23 quid one, mind.
Yeah, I'm not paying 23. 30 quid a month for 12 beers, or £37 a month for 18 beers.
Yeah, that's it. But if you pay for it all up front, you get a month free, and then it works out more like 32, 33, which I am more comfortable with. I still don't think it's great, but I'm more comfortable with that. Because the thing is, right, the bottles of Elvis juice in Tesco are $1.75. So, what's 18 times 1.75?
Something.
Let's get a calculator out.
I haven't done maths in my head since like 17 years.
1.75 equals 31.50. So the thing is with this is they'll give you like interesting choices which you won't necessarily get everywhere. And they also give you some free shit at some point as well. Yeah, you'll never miss a beer launch again. You get merch. They give you all sorts of different styles and stuff. It's
if you get a card that you get money, that you get a discount off the the bars, I might consider it.
No, you like they did do that when they had that equity for punks thing going.
Yeah,
which I almost did.
Yeah, to be honest, 30 odd quid a month for some beers that I could just go and get. That one. That's expensive. That is my only issue, I think, with Brewdog. I like their beer, but they are pricey. I mean, usually, because I got for a 4-pack of Punk IPA for a £5 in Asda, and usually it's £7.
Yeah, that's actually not bad.
£7 for a 4-pack, and they're only 330 mils. I also, Bex at the same time, got some of the Inns lagers that come in a fucking tall boy for a £5, and for 4 of those. And do you know what? It's really quite nice.
I don't know.
Do you know what? It's really fucking nice, actually. And it's not like Heineken shit or anything like that. It's brewed up the road, actually, I think, from Brewdog. And it's nice stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm sure I'm sure it is. I don't. It just it's
You're paying a little bit with Brewdog for the hipster factor.
yeah, you are, but like seriously, Elvis juice is bloody lovely. Like I
Elvis
tried.
Juice is lovely. To be honest, I prefer Dead Punk Club to Punk. I find Punk a little bit hoppy.
The thing is about punk is I really enjoy the smell. It's got one of the nicest fragrances.
It does have a really nice smell, actually.
Like,
yeah.
especially when it's on draft and it comes and it's just like that's bloody lovely. And considering I'm not a massive hops man,
When I was drinking it last night, I was thinking, wait a minute, this is really hoppy, and Ian's not a hoppy man.
I don't know. It's like the smell kind of does it for me, but. Like this Elvis juice as well, it's a 6.5, but it goes down really, really smooth. And there is a hipster factor to it, but there's also it's actually just really nice beer factor.
It is, but then there's like a little. There's like a little group of the hipster beers at the moment that are sort of like you've got the Brewdog and the Brook and the Sam Adams and things like that are all for that. And
Sam Adams can get fucked. By the way, I know you don't agree with me on that.
I don't agree. You can have nothing to say for somebody who drank Budweiser for all those years.
Yeah, I know, but I'm reformed.
You're reformed, but you can't give me shit about liking Sam Adams. What you got against Sam Adams?
I just don't think it's very nice.
Yeah. Do you know why? Because your taste buds are still sullied.
Oh, you shut your mouth.
Sullied by America.
Shut your mouth.
Yeah, I quite enjoy it. It's an easy beer to drink. My issue with the Punk IPA is in those little cans. It's like 3 swigs and you go, "Ooh, I'm finished. This could get dangerous."
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah. I remember the first time I had Punk, and it was when we went to see Goblin.
Oh yeah. Yes, yeah, the great moment where they had Punk and it was on. They had it on the draft pubs, and then me and Noel just in front of ordered it, and they came out and gave us 2 cans. We were like, "Well, that's fucking crushingly disappointing."
Yeah.
We have 2 more actually because we just queued for ages, and I've got like a third of a pint, and I thought I was getting a pint.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. Like, the prices there were ridiculous. I mean, I think. With the Carpenter gig, I think it's just a case of we're going to be pretty fucking tanked up by the time we get there anyway, so never mind.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, welcome to a film podcast, everyone.
Yeah.
What have we got this week, Ian? We have Keanu, a review of the Key and Peele.
Key and Peele.
Key and Peele. Ah, fucking that.
Key and
Peele. Stuff.
Sorry.
We've got a review of the Keanu movie, which neither of us I think we're expecting to review. We've got some what we've been watching. I think we've got a few questions, and we're going to give you a quick sort of rundown of our top 5 films so far, seeing as we are just a little over halfway through the year, and it's kind of interesting to see what are the early front runners for cracking our top 10s. But as everyone knows, majoritively. The stuff that makes up your top 10s usually starts to come in sort of from around sort of September. So it'll be interesting to see what hangs around in sort of like the next sort of 5 months' time from there. Ian, is there anything else that's happened this week that we need to talk about?
No.
No, because we only podcasted like 3-4 days ago.
I'll tell you what. I haven't watched the whole things yet, but I got a couple of additions to my 4K Blu-rays.
Oh, you have, haven't you? Yeah.
Yeah, man. The Revenant and Deadpool, which basically The Revenant is the best looking presentation of a film I have ever seen.
Can I ask you a question?
Go on.
How much did they cost each?
20.
Each?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. That's all right, but still really expensive.
5 or more than the Blu-ray,
and double the price of getting them on iTunes.
You should see what The Revenant looks like, and Deadpool. Actually, I'll be honest with you. I actually bought Deadpool on iTunes as well a few weeks back. Because I had a real hankering to just watch the extra features like right there and then.
Yeah.
So I did some A/B comparison stuff, And the high dynamic range that Deadpool does, that like pretty much all 4K Blu-ray discs do, if not every single one, the high dynamic range thing there, and just the sheer extra detail, it is night and day. It is mental how much better it looks. And like the iTunes version is fine, but it's like you can see the fucking stitching in his suit and the clouds, like during the freeway sequence, like it just looks like a really overcast shit day. But with the HDR, it kind of shows off, like there's kind of like blue in the sky and, you know, there's sun peeking through. And it just, I don't know, it adds an awful lot to the kind of the vitality of the world, if that doesn't sound pretentious as fuck. It's, I mean, seriously, it is night and day. Night and day. And yes, it costs twice as much as it does on iTunes, which definitely is a factor, do not get me wrong.
Not to mention the fact that you'd have to get an entirely new player, which costs how much?
Oh, well, my one was, like, with the offer thing I got at work, it was about 360, I think, which is a lot.
Yeah.
You can get these Samsung ones for about 340, 350 now, but I mean the Xbox One S is coming out in August. 350, you've got an Ultra HD player and an Xbox as well. The gaming thing is kind of in my rear view now. I don't think I've switched on my PlayStation for a while, so I've kind of kicked myself out of that. But so it is what it is. But it looks staggering. Now the Revenant is just. I mean, like I said, it's the best fit presentation of any film I've ever seen in the cinema or at home. Like
in what way?
Okay.
What kind of sets it apart? Is the best way to describe it.
Well, I mean, the level of detail is mental. Like the landscapes look. It's almost got like a 3D-ness to it, just because of like the clarity of the image. And I will say it makes some of the CG actually look quite bad because it's at such a high resolution, which I think is going to be a problem going forward, to be honest, because The Revenant and Deadpool were finished in 4K, whereas every single other disc I've seen up to this point were finished in 2K, and they're essentially upconverts.
Yeah.
But it seems like here, the thing is, if you've got effects work which was done at 2K, but then the rest of it's done at 4K, you've essentially got something which doesn't look like it fits in that world.
Yeah.
And it's a fair point, but it just really shows off the kind of crazy contrast that old Chivo got in the cinematography, like the light and the dark, like the shades of darkness here, where with any other version it would just look black, and I don't know, you can actually see detail in the black. It's a hell of a thing, and I think it's mainly because of the HDR, not necessarily the 4K, because I've got a 50-inch TV which is big but it's not huge, and I think it's mainly the HDR, because the level of detail I definitely am seeing, but it's mainly the lights are light, the darks and darks, and it feels like there's a lot more reference in between. It all looks like a much more vivid, lifelike image. And I know next month in the UK, Sicario's getting a 4K release, and that was mastered in 4K. And apparently it's been out in the US for a while, and apparently that looks stunning. Comes out on my birthday, so my birthday night, I think I'm going to be sticking that on. And yeah, I mean, like I'm fully in now, I must say. I'm going to get myself a Dolby Atmos setup at some point. That's happening, and I'm going to have sounds bouncing off my walls and the picture looking awesome. and I can see myself getting a bigger telly at some point.
How big's your room?
I'm actually sat in it at the moment. It's a standard lounge.
Standard lounge. You think 16-inch might get a little bit longer in there, though?
I'll take a picture of like my eye view of the telly now. How about?
A friend of mine got a 16-inch TV and put it in his. Granted, he doesn't live in a house. He lives in he lives in a flat. And Christ, it's painful trying to watch anything on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's too big. It's too big. The thing is, you need to scale your TV to the size of your room, otherwise you're going to fucking miss shit. 60 would be fine on that, don't want it? On yours,
yeah.
Easy.
I like that's 50.
Yeah, 60 would be fine.
Yeah. Even though, to be fair, it was a job convincing Donna to go from a 42 to a 50. So,
yeah, I think if I said to Bex, "Oh, we should get a new TV," she'd go, "Oh yeah, we should get a new TV, definitely. We shouldn't go on holiday or anything." I think is what I get.
I'd be fine. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I will.
Even though then again, I now have a British Airways American Express card, so I probably don't need to save money to that much money to go on holiday now if I just buy everything through that.
Cool.
That's I will say as well, personally, big week, passed that exam and got a promotion in the space of 4 days.
Yes.
So, yeah. I now support seniors.
Nice, sweet.
Or I'm a senior supporter of supervisors.
I've
specialists even. Sorry?
I've achieved nothing this week.
Well, I mean, like that's the peak of my achieving for about the last decade. So,
well, then you should celebrate it, Julie.
Yeah, what did I do on Friday to celebrate? I ate some tortellini, and I watched the end of Fled.
Fled? The Lawrence Fishburne, Stephen Baldwin film.
Oh yeah, I'll talk about it later.
I'm looking forward to hearing about that later. So Ian, what trailers have you been watching this week?
Well, I certainly hope you watched the trailer I sent you a link to earlier on.
You better believe it.
Right, so we're meeting up before the Carpenter gig.
Yeah, can I ask a question?
Go on.
Why haven't we done like a special?
I know. No, I know. We should, shouldn't we?
We really should. Because I watched this and went, yep. And then a cameo turned up and I went, yep. I was literally trying to jam my wallet into the iPad.
So, boo. A very Medea Halloween, or I think it's called. So I haven't seen any of the Medea films.
I haven't seen a single one.
But the thing is, it has our favourite man in it.
Yeah, it's Tyler Perry in it. And the thing is, the weird thing is, I've always said to myself, I will watch anything with Tyler Perry in it, except a Medea film. And this is the first thing I've ever seen of a Medea film, is this trailer. And I went, why haven't I been watching all of these Medea films?
I mean, it's gonna be terrible, but
it's gonna be awful.
I really hope that this somehow comes out in the cinema around Halloween over here, so we can go and see it together.
Oh, I really do, because it just looks magnificent. It looks so bad, but I laughed easily enough in it comes out. Oh my Christ.
What?
Have you seen the poster for it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
The Halloween ripoff.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it comes out in late October in the States. I really hope it comes out over here.
Oh, God, I hope so. Right, so Medea's family reunion.
Yeah.
Medea goes to jail. I'm assuming they all have Medea in the title.
Yeah.
Medea's Big Happy Family.
Medea's Witness Protection.
Medea Gets a Job. A Medea Christmas.
Diary of a Mad... No, that's not...
I don't think that's a Medea one.
That's not a Medea one, no.
Medea's Neighbours from Hell.
It's a lot of these films.
We are going to have to... I think we are going to have to do it, aren't we?
I think we are going to have to, yeah. Yeah, I think we are.
Hang on. A clip from I Can Do Bad All By Myself on IMDb looks awfully like Medea is in it.
Oh, right. Well, I'll tell you. The films are Diary of a Mad Black Woman is the first one.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah. Medea's Family Reunion, Meet the Browns, Medea Goes to Jail, I Can Do Bad All By Myself, Medea's Big Happy Family, Medea's Witness Protection, a Medea Christmas, and boo, a Medea Halloween. There's 9.
9 of them.
9. Plus an animated film called Medea's Tough Love.
Right, okay, so we got 10 of them then.
10 films. 10 films.
The thing is, my comedy sense means nothing. But I kind of think I'd happily watch these as long as none of them are over 80 minutes.
But that's it. I would say as long as none of them kind of break the 92-minute barrier for me.
Medea's Family Reunion is an hour and 47 minutes.
That sounds like a long time. That sounds like a long family reunion.
How long's Meet the Browns? An hour and 40.
Oh. I think what I might do is watch the first couple and just see. Just see.
Medea's Big Happy Family. Come on, that can't be long. An hour and 46. Oh my god.
Diary of a Mad Black Woman is an hour and 56 minutes.
Oh god.
Oh, that's a long time.
Alright, I don't know.
I don't know about that. That's a long time. I might watch that this week and see how it goes.
Yeah, okay, you do that.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to set on for the team.
You do you. That's good. Yeah. Medea's Witness Protection. Come on. An hour and 54 minutes. A Wall Street investment banker who has been set up as the linchpin of his company's mob-backed Ponzi scheme is relocated with his family to Aunt Medea's southern home. Tyler Perry, Eugene Levy, and Denise Richards.
Wow.
Tom Arnold's in it as well.
Oh, yeah, sold. Sold. I can watch Tom Arnold for an hour and 56 minutes.
Right, it appears... I think Eugene Levy and Denise Richards are married in it.
That's, understandable. She might very challenging.
Right, so, Medea. God, what else did I watch? Oh, I know I've watched some other stuff. What? Oh, fucking hell. Hang on. Sorry, folks, I am pretty out of it today, to be honest with you. Right, come on. I didn't watch that. Oh yeah, Rules Don't Apply. The Warren Beatty film that no one knew, apart from it being about Howard Hughes, no one knew an awful lot about it. And it kind of looks like maybe a comedy or something.
Do you reckon Warren Beatty is one of those people who everyone goes now, oh, he's still alive? About Warren Beatty.
Yeah.
He hasn't done a lot for a long time, has he? Or if he has, no one noticed.
I mean, no, quite. I mean, it seems like Alden Ehrenreich fancies Lily Collins. Lily Collins likes him as well, but Alden Ehrenreich's actually married to someone else, so Lily Collins hooks up with Howard Hughes instead.
And I think he's Warren Beatty written and
he's written and directed it, yeah.
It's a good cast, though.
It is a good cast.
Look, it's a good cast.
Yeah.
Martin Sheen, Oliver Platt, Ed Harris, Steve Coogan, Alec Baldwin. obviously Annette Bening's in it, Lily Collins is there, Hayley Bennett, Tessa Farminger. It's a fucking good cast, though. And it's shot by Caleb Deschanel.
It's one of those, we'll see what the reviews are like.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be one of those that just gets, the reason why no one's heard of it is it's not very good. Or it might end up being a bit of a sleeper, that one.
Yeah, we'll see. La La Land? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where I am with it. It looks entertaining. After Whiplash, the guy's got sort of quite a lot of cash in the bank, I suppose.
Damien Chazelle has my complete and utter faith.
Exactly,
whatever that guy does, I'm going to be watching.
The trailer looks interesting. Doesn't give much away of what's happening, but yeah, I'm game for it.
Absolutely, man. The Monster Calls, which I haven't seen the teaser trailer for this, so I didn't really know anything about it, and I don't know. It kind of looks like it's going to make me cry. I don't know. It looks like it's really going to go for the old heartstrings, and Juan Antonio Bayona, I'll watch it. Did you manage to watch this?
I didn't know.
Yeah, no, okay. It looks like it could be really good. It looks like something Guillermo del Toro would have made a decade ago. So why not? And I think that's it for me, actually. So crack on, bud.
I'll throw a couple in there. Red Band for the Edge of 17, the Hailee Steinfeld film with Woody Harrelson in it. Standard kind of coming of age fare, but looks quite interesting enough. There's a few laughs in the Red Band, I'll say, that means that I'll watch it on demand. It's one of those. I won't go see it in cinema, watch it on demand. The new Jeff Nichols one, Loving.
I saw this as well. All over it. I mean, because it's Jeff Nichols, but yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a. I was watching and I was laid down. I was watching it on the TV in our bedroom, on the Apple TV, and I was sort of laid down and watched it, and I got halfway through the trailer. I noticed that I'd moved from being sat down, sat down and laid across my bed, to sat on the edge of my bed watching it, going, And I thought, right, if that can get me to do that in 2.5 minutes, then, it must have something there.
Yeah.
So, I'm very much looking forward to that. It looks very good.
Very nice. Sorry, I'll just be a second. I don't know if you heard that, but Lossie wants some chocolate. There we go. 2 ticks, mate, sorry.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, sorry about crack on, mate. Oh, hello? Hello?
Hello, I can hardly hear you, but...
Oh, bugger. How's this now?
You're crackly as hell, bud.
How about now?
Yeah, it sounds a bit better there, yeah.
Okay. Gonna sit on my steps again like I did the other day. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Cool. Other than that, I think that is it. Yeah, that's everything on trailers-wise. Without further ado, we'll get to our feature review, which is of Keanu, directed by Peter Atencio. I'm going to go with that, fuck it.
Sure.
And stars... Jordan, how are we saying it?
Peel.
Is it Peel? That's a lot of E's. Keegan-Michael Kay, and who else is in it? Method Man, isn't he? Will Forte, Luis Guzman, Nina Long turns up.
Anna Faris.
Who? Anna Faris, yes. Keanu Reeves' voice is there. And Tiffany Haddish is there as well. Taken from an idea from the film John Wick. Start of the movie, we get a looks like a church, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
With a drug dealer in it, and then these two guys come in and are flipping about doing shit that are known as the Allentown Boys. And then there's a cat that one of these drug dealers has called Enrique. Oh, is it Iglesias?
Iglesias.
Yeah. It's Iglesias called.
Yeah.
Yeah. I only watched it like an hour ago as well. The cat makes off and ends up finding its way to Rel, who is just getting over a breakup, and he sees the cat, and the cat ends up becoming his whole life. And then the cat gets stolen, and him and his cousin, Clarence, go to look for the cat who has been taken by drug dealers. Ian, Keanu, what did you think?
I had a lot of fun with this. I had a lot of fun with this. I don't know anything about Key and Peele. I've never watched any of their stuff. I'm sure people are posting about it on Facebook and stuff all the time. But it is one of they're one of those things. It's like that bloody Horace and Pete thing that Louis C.K. did, where I switch off because it's just. I'll see if people are still talking about this in 5 years, and maybe I'll give it a go then. But after Keanu, I'd be more tempted to actually go through their stuff if I did watch any TV other than The People versus O.J. Simpson at the moment. It's very funny. I laughed consistently. I was in very early, like the music that plays when Keanu is there, which feels like it's the end of a 90s action film or something, or like like a Hans Zimmer 90s action score, but for a cat.
Yeah, but that's what which is great because it's exactly what they're going for.
Yeah, and it's so absolutely perfect. But I think the chemistry between Key and Peele is really good. I mean, obviously they've been working together for years anyway, but it works very well. The whole kind of almost being able to pretend that they're badass gangsters, like almost like it's something inherent in them just being black, like the way that they are able to switch it on, like a switch, just like when they first do it, and they're in the bar and they just turn around, it's like, "What you say?" Just straight away. It's. I don't know what that is commenting on, but it feels like it's commenting on something.
Essentially, it's just a voice and an attitude that sets people apart from looking like one thing to looking like another.
Yeah, so it's like they just get it, and I think maybe earlier on I just inferred that it was because they are black, and so they know, and that's not obviously not what I meant. It's just. I don't know, like just pop culture or something has informed it, and they're able to do it. And I liked the personas that they had, and the little like crossing in their arc where Clarence is suddenly really into it, and like how kind of far he goes with that. And I'll just say right now that dream sequence, like the sequence where he's on drugs, is the funniest thing I've seen so far this year. It is. The combination of the George Michael video and then Keanu Reeves. Like, it's just... the thing is, the George Michael thing, it's well established up to that point in the film that, like, he's really into George Michael, but then to have that happen, it was just brilliant. And, like, just, like, when he's really excited to, like, do the dance and do the spin, he's like, I can't do it. I just did it. The spin. It's... Sorry, what did you think? I had such a good time with it.
I had to say I had a good time with it. I don't think I had a good time with you, but that's not to say at any point I had a bad time with it. I do think it's a little bit too long, but maybe sort of 5-10 minutes. I think there's a bit
that's fair. That is fair. Yeah.
But overall, it's bouncy and it's punchy. It's got so much energy, but it's not constantly trying to be doing stuff. It's just it's relentless in the fact that they, like you say, they've got a good bounce off each other. But not only that, when it's not like the film is only good and the film is only funny when it's them two together. They have funny moments when it's not just them two together. For instance, the scene where they're in where you've got Clarence in the car with the three gangbangers, and he's teaching them about George Michael. It's brilliant. It's a great scene.
I mean, like the words and the how they start opening up to each other about not having a father and whatnot. Yeah,
yeah. And there's this great little moments like that. It's not one of those films that relies on them two being funny together. It is very good when they're funny together, but also as well, there's funny bits to the side. I think it's one of those. It's a strange movie in that it's just a lot better than I expected it to be. I expected it to be one of those where it'd be 90 minutes long, and I'd have a good enough time with it to say that I didn't hate it, and there'd be a few really funny belly laughs involving a cat. And the rest of it would be a little bit like, do you know what, I'm happy to look at my phone right now. Whereas with this, it wasn't. The cat isn't in it. The cat isn't really a main character, which I think is quite good. They've tricked people a little bit with it by thinking that it's all about this cute cat, and it's not. The cat is literally in it a few bits, and all it really does is run and meow. And then at one point, when it actually has anything to do, it's Keanu Reeves, which is brilliant, and fucking bravo to Keanu Reeves, because he is that kind of guy who would go, that's funny, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
And will have probably done that over the phone or some shit like that.
Oh, no, absolutely, yeah, no, I mean, it's just one of those ones that you just think, yeah, he'd be down for that.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been a hard conversation.
Somebody around that film went, do you know what, we should get Keanu to do, what is it? And then someone's gone, there's no way he'll do it, And that person's gone, yeah, he'll do it, trust me, he'll do it.
Just the fact that it's even got the Matrix music in the background as well. It's incredible. I mean that's it. I mean, God, I don't think there's an awful lot to say about Keanu. That's the thing, but it is consistently funny. I think pretty much all the way through it.
It doesn't go for stupidity either. It goes for stupid, but it's a stupid premise, but it doesn't go for too much slapstick. It doesn't try and gross you out. It isn't overtly crass or anything like that. It is just quite kind of solid, bouncy things. Well, my favourite scenes was the scene where they try to get him to the flip.
Oh, God, yeah.
And he does the flip. But the shot you see is a shot of his face, and everybody reacts in the background. And his face is like, holy shit, that worked.
Yeah.
And he can't quite believe it at all.
I did like as well that they asked the other guy to do it. It's just like, we flip on alternate days. There's no flipping from me today. It's good. It's good stuff.
Yeah. So there's loads of kind of moments like that where it just happens to be funny. It's that kind of movie. Like you say, there's not that much to go about it, other than the fact that it's a solid film. I like Louis Guzman turning up and just essentially being just Louis Guzman.
Yeah.
Which is great, because that's what he kind of does now. He kind of wobbles on set, does a little bit of Louis Guzman thing, and then wobbles away again.
Yeah. No, yeah, I mean, I even though I follow him on Twitter, and he's I mean, he plays the game very well. He's very good at the old, like the promotion and stuff, but he seems quite approachable as well. Like, he's kind of replying to people quite a lot. It does kind of feel like no one would go on Twitter to just attack Luis Guzman.
There's no way you could. He's the thing about Luis Guzman is, now people look at him and go, he's just a guy who turns up and plays that character and stuff. But he's actually really quite a good actor. And, he's always fun and stuff. He seems to enjoy being Luis Guzman and having the ability to go, do you know what? I can just turn up and be Louis Guzman now. How the fuck did that happen?
Yeah.
And the guy's been kind of plying his trade for near 40 years now. So he's earned the right to be Louis Guzman.
Well, that's it. I mean, like, you can just rock up for a few days, like, take, like, 50 grand or something, then just bog off again, It's just...
Exactly.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But, I mean, like, the action when it comes is all right. There's not a lot of it. But when it comes, it's decent enough. I liked that Key and Peele played the those brothers as well.
Yeah.
Straight away I kind of thought, hang on, that's them, isn't it? But I like the kind of the different attitude they had and the fact they never say anything. It was, I don't know, it was like the dark side of them or something weirdly, and I quite enjoyed that. Like you say, it was better. It was certainly better than expected. It seems like it disappeared quite quickly in the US, and it already kind of feels like it's going to do nothing over here. But yeah, I'm glad I took the time to see it. I like the trailer did have me interested, and I did like the poster, and I wasn't really let down. I think it's a perfectly decent mid-level studio comedy.
Yeah, well, I read a thing where they were talking about it, about what they expected from the film, and they both kind of said, look, to be honest, when we set out to make it, we never expected it to get a theatrical release. Yeah. It was something that was always going to be just a VOD, and, the fact that we've got a bit of a small theatrical release is incredible, and we honestly couldn't believe it. And it's not done fantastic, but it's done all right. It's made, I think, 20-odd million so far, which for a movie of that kind to make that money at the box office isn't bad, really.
Yeah, and I mean, like, you factor in like VOD and stuff, and
exactly.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
Yeah, this film will be fine because this film. The thing is, this is a film that loads of people will say, do you know what? I won't pay to watch it, but I'll happily watch it when it lands on Netflix. Yeah. Which, completely missing the fact that you kind of are paying to watch it if it's on Netflix. Mm. So it will end up on that, favourites or, the popular now thing on Netflix without question.
Yeah.
So it'll do well from that. But yeah, I was surprised at how consistently solid it was, to be honest. And I was pleasantly surprised by that. So it's a definitely not shit from me.
Yeah, definitely not shit.
And our poll so far is running at 57% definitely not shit, 14% touching cloth, and just 29% shit. So that's not bad for that movie, to be honest.
How many votes?
7.
Oh, okay, cool.
But I wanted to put it out earlier today, and I'll put it out for a few days, so we'll see how it goes from there. So, yeah, Ian, what have you been watching on this fabulous week?
I'm going to get another Elvis juice, and then I'll tell you what I've been watching. And not a second before. Be right back. Oh, I'm going to take this opportunity to move upstairs as well, because I don't think Lottie's paying attention today, which is good. Oh, dear. No, she's become insistent I do this downstairs, but I think I might be able to get away with it. Right, can you still hear me all right?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so, forgot to talk about this for the last 2 episodes now. Batman vs Superman, the Ultimate Edition.
Oh yes, you watched that, didn't you?
Yeah. So it's basically you can't polish a turd. That's really it. It's 20-25 minutes extra. It does flesh things out a little more.
Is that Malone, good or a bad thing?
Sorry?
Is that good or a bad thing?
Well, the thing is, it's like, if they did that and cut out some of the action in the third act, I'd probably be alright with it. But you've got all this, like, pretentious build-up and all this, like, do we need Superman? Is he the right thing for us? And, like, Batman being a bastard. I mean, I still really enjoy Ben Affleck being a prick. Oh, hello?
Hello?
Yeah. I still enjoy Ben Affleck being just an utter bastard in this, and it's such a weird interpretation of Batman. And I've got a feeling he's going to be a rather more jollied up when it comes to Justice League, but as much as he can with Batman anyway. But it's asking all these questions, and with the extended material, it's asking like these questions for even longer, and then it's Martha, and then Doomsday comes into it, and he's terrible, and then Superman dies, but any person in the audience who is over the age of 6 will know he's not actually dead. So that still really pisses me off. That like the last 10 minutes of this film is Zack Snyder reaching for emotional weight with all. Sorry.
When it isn't, it angered me during the of going, but he isn't dead.
And by that time, with a film that is that long, you kind of just want to get it done with. And no, we have to sit through the shitbaggery of
Superman's funeral.
Yeah, it just fuck off.
Yeah. The thing is, I was interested, and when you said there was going to be, I remember you saying on the cast that there was going to be an extended version of it. It was like 25 minutes longer, and it would be, it was going to bump it up to an R from a PG-13. I was like, right, do you know what? I'll watch that. But from everyone's reaction, I'm looking at it going, do you know what? That's nearly 3 hours long.
Oh, by the way, it's still a 12 over here.
Then it can go fuck itself. That's nearly 3 hours long. And then I was thinking about it thinking, do you know what? I didn't hate Batman versus Superman.
Neither did I, but...
Yeah, I didn't hate it, but just because I didn't hate it doesn't mean to say that I ever have to watch it again. And I know that I will have to watch it again before whatever next comes out. Not Suicide Squad, obviously, but whatever next Batman, Superman, or Justice League, or whatever, I know I have to watch it then, so I might as well wait for that to watch it again, because I've got plenty else I can do with 3 hours.
Yeah, you are not catching me watching this again. There's no way I could spend this amount of time to watch it again. You could watch 2 really good, pacey films for the price of one relatively shitty, really ill-advised blockbuster.
Yeah, that's my thing. I don't think I'll need anything. It doesn't sound like I get anything from those extra 27 minutes.
No, I mean the thing is, it's like the extra stuff is fine. There's a subplot kinda with a woman who literally in the theatrical cut, I think there's a shot of her in one of the hearings that Holly Hunter does at the start, and she's talking about her family dying and stuff. And there's more with her, and it's Clark Kent investigating her because he doesn't because Superman's well, I didn't do that, so something's going on here. And that's what gets him to Gotham. So there's things there that it's like, okay, yeah, that's fine. Jenna Malone's in it for a minute, and she actually gets her name in the opening credits here. And you don't need 3 hours of this. You just don't need it.
Yeah.
So it makes Civil War look so much better in comparison. And I'm a noted Marvel fan anyway, but the way that film, the third act of that film, it's action you kind of want to see, like Iron Man versus Captain America. That's something you want to see. And the stakes in there are actually interesting. They are.
But with Civil War, it does pussy out a little bit.
Well, yeah, no, yes, it does.
It does, because it kind of it leads you into it, and you're thinking,
Martha.
Oh, fuck, are they actually going to do something that they haven't had the balls to do in this movie? They're gonna do it. They're not gonna do it, are they? They're not gonna do it. No, and it kind of makes you go, Do you know what? I really enjoyed Civil War. I really did enjoy Civil War, but it still finished, and I still went. I really couldn't give a fuck about any Marvel movie after this.
Yeah, but I mean, I like the I like the fracturing of, like, you know, Iron Man's always seen Captain America as a goody two shoes kind of patriot, will do whatever his master tells him, and through this, that is irrecoverably shattered, and it shows that Captain America is a three-dimensional person, but maybe those dimensions are ill-advised. I like the background stuff. It's not Martha.
No, it's not, and it's a much better movie without question.
But I think that's an absolutely fair criticism. I genuinely do. It's one of those ones, though, where the film gives me enough goodwill everywhere else that I can forgive it.
Oh, yeah, I absolutely agree on that. Absolutely, because I say I was surprised at how much I enjoyed the good bits in, because Civil War is not a perfect movie by any stretch of imagination, but the good bits were so good for me that I was willing to go, do you know what? I can deal with all that other shit that I didn't like because I like this. Whereas the bits that I enjoyed from Batman vs Superman, I look at and go, yeah, that was good and everything like that, but I'd have to watch all of that as these other bits as well, and they weren't that good. They weren't good enough to make it worthwhile for that. So do you know what? I'll watch Civil War again. I'll be fine.
And do you know what? It's the first 100 gigabyte 4K Blu-ray, and I want to see what that's like. So bad, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, you don't need to see that. It doesn't matter how fucking good it looks. It won't make the actual film be any better.
No. RRP on that, 25 quid.
Yeah, no.
I hope Suicide Squad's good. I want that in 4K.
I really, really fucking hope Suicide Squad's good, because I'm very excited about it. If it's not good, I'm going to be crushingly disappointed.
You like Sabotage, you'll be fine.
Yes, that's it. And I am looking at that and going, hang on a minute. The only way I will dislike this is if it's not an A movie, and that'll be when everyone's coming out going, that was magnificent, and I come out and go, that made sense. What's going on?
That's fair. Well, I don't know. Fury made sense.
Yeah, Fury was very good, actually. Yeah, I have absolute faith in Sabotage, in the fact that they basically said, we've let David Ayer make a Suicide Squad movie. That is quite encouraging. And the thing is, no matter what people will say, they've let Zack Snyder make a Batman movie and a Superman movie. Whether they're good or not, and that's a good thing, that is, it is a different debate. But they have allowed a director to make his movies.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. For better or worse, fair play to. I don't know. It's just the fact that they not only let Snyder direct their movies, but his movies. It's kind of like they've let him kind of shape.
Essentially, they've given him the keys to the city.
And they've already kind of backtracked on that as well. Like I get the sense he's now very much the director.
Yeah,
which is probably a good thing. But anyway, also I forgot to talk about the Wicker Man last week, but I wrote a piece for Vodzilla on that. So about the Cage Wicker Man, that is. It's on UK Netflix now. I like it more every time I watch it, so I'll leave it there. What can I go through quickly? My Neighbor Totoro, just another watch with Lottie. Watch the whole thing. Rewatched Hail Caesar.
What was that like a rewatch?
Yeah, good. It's still very inconsequential. Like, it does. Because The Big Lebowski's inconsequential as well, but it's got I don't know, it's got to feel all its own, that film, and this feels bitty and not really about anything, but you still have a good time while it's on. Like, you still have a really good time while it's on, but it's not vintage Coen's, but it's very good.
No, it's one of those. It's better than Burn After Reading, but it's not at the level of something like Lebowski for, like you say, inconsequential Cohen.
Yeah, no, exactly. Okay, well, Fled. Why don't I talk about Fled? So it's on UK Netflix, and it was a bit of a train watch in the week. Like, I watched the vast majority of it on the train to and from work, and 20-minute chunks. Why not? So
it is absolutely the type of movie you could do that with.
Yeah. That's the kind of those are the kinds of ones I aim for with my train watches, and this was pretty perfect. Like you wouldn't be able, you shouldn't really watch Hail Caesar in 20-minute chunks. Like, it feels unfair to it, but something like Fled, why not? So, Lawrence Fishburne, Stephen Baldwin, in that rare time that did not last any time at all, where Stephen Baldwin can pretty much co-lead a film.
Yeah.
They play convicts who, due to events, find themselves on the run, but wouldn't you know it, Lawrence Fishburne's actually a something, and Stephen Baldwin shouldn't have been on that chain gang, but he was because something, and somebody's boss is actually doing something else, and it's all twisty and turny and bobbins. I like the fact that the last shot of the film is Lawrence Fishburne about to aggressively assault Stephen Baldwin. And there's a joke referencing What's Love Got to Do with It at the end, which is mental. There's like almost a reference to domestic violence that's played for laughs. And yeah, there's a shot in it where Stephen Baldwin is looking at a photo of him with a girlfriend, and he's got a bandana like Kid Rock, which was quite something. There's a Cuban torture artist who employs Chinese torture techniques because of his mongrel upbringing. And Lawrence Fishburne's Lawrence Fishburne before he got fat.
Yeah. He is. He's in that. I'm only just no longer Larry Fishburne, and I haven't quite started fighting people at craft services if they touch my Danish Fishburne.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, by the way, at craft services, every Danish is Lawrence's Danish.
It makes me laugh. But Film Junk, there was an episode once where Jay Cheel on there was talking about being at a film festival in Amsterdam, and he was watching a film, and this guy was laughing really loudly in the back, like behind him, and just going like, "Holy shit!" like loads, and just pissing himself. And he turned round wanting to like shush him. And he looked, and it was just like the happiest looking Lawrence Fishburne ever. Just really, really into this film. And just laughing like a maniac. I wish I could remember. But just loving life. And Jay Cheel was just like, I'm just going to let Lawrence Fishburne be Lawrence Fishburne. That's great.
Yeah.
And he feels like, I'm Lawrence Fishburne. I'm not going to have a massive ego unless you challenge me. Let me live my life. That feels like Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah. And he's another one who has kind of, he's earned the right to be that kind of Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, it's bobbins, it's rubbish, but it's inoffensive enough bobbins anyway, it's a bit long. It's like an hour and 40. Could you be an hour and a half maybe? But hey, there's computer discs and like 90s computer discs and online chat rooms which are amazing. And it's
amazing that Stephen Baldwin used the kind of the jump that he had in his career had from The Usual Suspects to make Fled and Biodome.
Yeah. I want to rewatch Biodome.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Biodome, but I'm a little bit mad. So in terms of some of the films that I love, so yeah, do you know what? I would say rewatch Biodome because it's a lot of fun, but there are very few other people in the world that would ever say you should rewatch Biodome. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, Biodome is one I've seen more than once, so I think maybe so that's fled. Suspiria, it was on Mubi, watched it in HD, lovely, lovely colours. I'd really, really like a 4K, please. That would be nice.
That's playing, because at the moment at Pitch House, there's a Reffin curated season going on that has Carrie, Videodrome, Mulholland Drive, Suspiria, and something else playing in the next couple of weeks at Pitch House Cinemas.
That would be cool. I'm assuming they're probably 2K DCPs, but it would be very cool to see those in a cinema.
Yeah.
That would be very cool. I also watched, I've got a couple more, Van Helsing.
Have you seen it before?
Oh yeah, in the cinema.
And you watched it again?
Yeah, to be honest, I don't know why. The only two things I remembered about Van Helsing going into this were Kate Beckinsale's face in the moon at the end, and the horse-drawn carriages dropping down a ravine and blowing up for no reason whatsoever. There's nothing. I'm pretty sure there's nothing explosive in these horse-drawn carriages, but they blow the fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not good by any stretch of the imagination.
It's like over 2 hours long as well.
Yeah, it's like 2 hours 10 minutes. It's ridiculous.
Shit.
Yeah, it's not good, but I kind of admire what Stephen Sommers was trying to do here. Because there's ambition, man. Like, the first 10 minutes is black and white, and, you know, it's the death of Frankenstein, but it mixes up, like, Dracula and Igor defects and whatnot, and then you bring in the Wolfman, and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde are in it at the start. And he actually makes the kind of the mashing up of the elements somewhat work in a story sense, kind of. And the action's fine, but it is over 2 hours, and Hugh Jackman's actually really boring in it.
Well, it was the kind of the first kind of wave of Hugh Jackman arriving, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it was like the first franchise that was going to be entirely his, you know, because obviously X-Men was a bit of an ensemble piece. And I don't know, it feels like Sommers and Jackman had the best intentions, but it was just
shit.
Yeah, can you really do a 4-quadrant action thing with these characters? And it's going to be interesting to see what Universal do now with the the Mummy film they've got coming out with Tom Cruise. Which I don't know, it's like Tom Cruise is like a bloody Navy SEAL on an operation, and the Sophia Botella, who was Samuel L. Jackson's henchwoman in Kingsman, and she's in Star Trek Beyond. She's like the white-haired alien in Star Trek Beyond. She's the Mummy. But then, Russell Crowe is going to appear in that as well as Dr. Jekyll. And Javier Bardem's been cast as Frankenstein or Frankenstein's monster. And so they're trying to do it all again, and there's rumblings about whether Dracula Untold, which was supposed to be the first part of this stuff, is actually going to be canon, or whether they're just going to let that disappear off. And it kind of feels like, right, they're doing it again then, are they? When they already tried it with Van Helsing and it didn't work. It's the kind of the desperation to have all this shared universe stuff.
And the thing I liked about Van Helsing was that they just went, well, instead of having a shared universe, because we don't know what they are, because this was 2004, we're just going to chuck everything in and see if it works. And I kind of admire that, despite the fact that it patently does not work at all, and Richard Roxburgh as Dracula is fucking terrible.
Oh, Christ, I forgot about that.
Like, he's brutal. He's really, really, really bad. And yeah, like I say, Hugh Jackman's boring, Kate Beckinsale's boring. David Wenham as, like, the friar who assists Hugh Jackman has more of a glint in his eye than Jackman does. You know, David Wenham is like a friar who essentially fucks the living shit out of this girl after he saves her, and it's like, good for you. Why can't Jackman do that? You know, and he's got to have like, I've got I can't remember something, and I've got a tragic past. And David Wenham's there, just like, I'm along for the ride. Oh, she's hot. I'm going to save her. Oh, yeah, I'll do. Yeah, no problem. I'm just a friar. I'm not a priest. Let's do this. You know, it's... I would like David Wenham in David Wenham. Not Van Helsing, just David Wenham. I'd watch that.
Fair enough.
And finally... VOD release that this week, which I reviewed for VODzilla, Summertime, which is Blue is the Warmest Colour meets Brooklyn.
Okay.
Basically, 1970s France, farm girl moves to Paris. Interestingly, she seduces militant feminist teacher played by Cécile de France. Not the other way around, which I enjoyed. They fall madly in love. There's a fair bit of full frontal nudity. And then a tragedy back at the farm calls the farm girl back home. Cécile de France kind of goes with her. And then it's, will their forbidden love be accepted in this small farming community? Performance is very good. Looks great. Blue is the Warmest Colour is 3 hours long, so it gives you quite a lot of time to settle into the rhythm of their relationship, and you know that film devotes a good 45 minutes or so to just getting the two characters together. This takes about 20 minutes or so, and Cécile de France's character has a boyfriend and quite a lot of baggage there. This is an hour and 40. I actually could have done with it being longer. I think some more...
One of those few films that could have done with an extra 20 minutes. Yeah,
to be honest, I think some more narrative connective tissue would have been helpful. But when it's on, it's very enjoyable. The ending is nicely tense, not quite as... did you see Brooklyn?
I still haven't seen Brooklyn.
Okay, so the last 10 minutes or so of Brooklyn is... tension, but yeah, is all I'll say. There's a scene involving Saoirse Ronan and an old lady where Saoirse Ronan has a realisation, and it's amazing. So, yeah, Summertime. It's good. It will probably be on Netflix within a year. And I'd say it's worth paying for the VOD, but equally, just watch it on Netflix. Yeah, good stuff. If you've ever wanted to see Cécile de France full frontal, there's your chance.
Well, that's good enough for me.
Yeah.
Not good enough to pay $7.99, but good enough to wait for Netflix.
Yeah, there you go. But no, it's I don't mean to be as reductive as that, though. It's a very good film.
Cool. Was that the last thing of yours?
I am done, sir.
Cool. Right, I'll go through mine then. I started rewatching the Bourne movies because I'll be honest, I don't really remember them that well. I've only seen sort of each of them once, and it did take me a long time to watch the Bourne Identity. Not that it took me a long time; it's just that I tried watching it several times and made it like half an hour in, and then either fell asleep or had to turn it off because I was too tired. That's at the time wasn't anything to do with the movie. It was just that I always started watching it at like midnight or something stupid like that. So I started with Bourne Identity. Identity. I bought these on iTunes, actually, all 4 of them for $15.99 with all the iTunes extras, which I think is a bit of a... Yeah, then that's a bargain for that. However, the weird thing is there's extras on Identity, there's extras on Supremacy, and there's extras on Legacy, but not on Ultimatum.
Really?
Yeah,
which is weird. Blu-ray, there was extras there.
Yeah, there's appears to be no extras on Ultimatum, which is strange. They might get added at some point. Don't know.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah, I would think they will do. So yeah, I'll go through them as if they're all kind of one movie rather than going through them individually. I'll just give a lot. I don't need to tell people about Bourne. I think people who listen to this podcast will have all seen the Bourne movies anyway, so they'll know the story of Jason Bourne.
Did you watch them
all?
Did you watch them all?
I watched all first 3, yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
I watched Legacy, yeah. Identity, it's... The first one, it's the Doug Liman one rather than the Paul Greengrass one. It's noticeably not as good as the other 2, to be honest. In fact, it did finish and I thought, that was a bit shit, actually.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, Identity has either aged horribly or it was always just been a little bit shit. It felt very much like one of those early noughties kind of Eurocentric thrillers. It feels like something that if it was released now, it'd star James, what's his name, Purcell, is it, that was in Prison Break, and would be straight to VOD.
Oh, Dominic Purcell.
Dominic Purcell, that's it, yeah. I was getting James Purefoy and Dominic Purcell mixed up, because essentially they're the same person, just different things. I thought Identity was...
Miller? Dominic Purcell's the big dude.
Yeah.
The big dude and James Purefoy?
Yeah.
Really?
James Purefoy's not a small dude, is he?
Hang about.
James Purefoy's not a small guy.
What, him from fucking Solomon Kane?
Yeah, he's not a little guy.
You confuse James Purefoy and Dominic Purcell.
I think they're fairly fucking changeable.
Right. Could you just Google Dominic Purcell for me? Because I'm a little unsure.
I know what he looks like. I watched fucking 4 seasons of Prison Break. And I've seen Blade Trinity more than once.
I'm sorry, no. No, not in terms of I don't think they look alike. I'm saying in terms of their general kind of output is not too fucking dissimilar in terms of the level that they sit at. Right, okay.
No, in terms of looks, no, they look nothing like each other.
Yeah, no, all right. Like, I thought you had a stroke for a second.
No,
sorry, forgive me. All right, I misinterpreted that.
No, it's the general kind of the level that they kind of aim at, where you wouldn't be surprised if they cropped up in something like a David Ayer movie as a 3rd level character, but they're more interested in doing something that they can be on the front cover of that will be £3 in Asda and on Netflix, and you'll go, maybe on a Tuesday morning.
Really? Okay.
I thought Identity was a little bit weak, to be honest. And then once we got to Supremacy, I was kind of like, do you know what? Yeah, Identity is weak when you compare it to this, because Supremacy gets a lot better very quickly. And the fact that it looks a lot fucking nicer straight away. Greengrass's style isn't for everybody, but I dig it. It works well for me. Story's good. It's a little bit punchier. It does kind of, I did feel, though, towards the end of Supremacy, that it was going for the last sort of 20 minutes. It essentially just said, all right, we are a Bourne film, so now we've got to have a car chase, and this happened, and this happened, and this happened. It did feel a little bit like that. I thought it was quite amusing that it's that Carl Urban, I think he's from New Zealand, isn't he, Carl Urban? I don't want to say he's from New Zealand, but actually from Australia, so I'm going to confirm that before I finish talking, as thus to not what is it. But yes, he is. He's from New Zealand. A New Zealander in an American movie directed by an English guy is playing a Russian who only speaks Russian. That's just Carl Urban. That's fantastic.
I mean, it was the Carl Urban before Bones, where he was just muscle, basically. And because it was a surprise when he got cast as Bones.
because like you say, it's so he'd done the Lord of the Rings movies, but he'd also done like Chronicles of Riddick and this and Doom and bits like that, and then obviously he was in Star Trek.
No, exactly, no, absolutely. God, I'm fucking looking forward to watching these again. I'm disappointed about Identity.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not unwatchable or anything like that. It's just a bit. You are watching it going, this looks a bit like crap now. Supremacy is a lot better. Is markedly better, and is thoroughly enjoyable. And then Ultimatum is better again. However, I do think again Ultimatum falls at the plot of essentially the last sort of bit of Ultimatum is basically the same as the last bit of Supremacy. Yeah. Car chase. Gets out of car chase. I can see you, you can't see me, you go here, I get out. It's a bit like that. There's a certain formula to it that maybe if you'd watched them every few years, so Identity, then a couple of years later watch Supremacy, then a couple of years later watch Ultimatum, it's different. When you're watching them over like 2 days, you do notice that. And I was, to be honest, towards the end of Born Ultimatum, because I watched it straight after Supremacy, I was getting a little bit bored, to be honest, of it, of the whole kind of shtick that was going on. But it's the more interesting one. But then it kind of, the last 10 minutes is the most interesting part of it. And you kind of go, do you know what? I could have done with less running around along the top of buildings and more of this last 10 minutes.
Was that like the Albert Finney section?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Could have done certainly with more of that. So, Holy, I enjoyed rewatching them, but I still can't get my head around why people hold them in the level of esteem they do for kind of action thrillers. I couldn't say that any of them is a 5 out of 5, and I think I'd be pushing to say any of them is a 4 out of 5, to be honest. They're perfectly fine, but beyond that, I couldn't really get that excited about them, to be honest. But I am really looking forward to Jason Bourne. I wish they'd given it a different title.
No, I mean, the thing is, it's just the fact that they did not have to come back for it, so they must have something they want to say, and that's interesting to me. Yeah.
Earlier on today, I went and watched a retro screening of Stand By Me, a movie that I've seen. Oh, it must be in like my top 5 watched movies of all time, because I've been watching it since I was about 10. So, and I had it on VHS when I was a kid, and obviously when I was a kid you only had a certain amount of movies you could watch, and they were the ones that you had on fucking VHS, and it wasn't a wall full, it was a fucking handful. So I watched Stand By Me quite a lot as a kid, and I've continued to watch it. In fact, I talked about the podcast a few weeks ago, so I'm not going to talk about the actual film, but it was great to see the fact that I was in the smallest screen in York City Screen, but still a decent, about 200 odd people screen, maybe more than like 300, and it was maybe a third full for a Sunday afternoon where it was really, really beautiful in York today. It was very warm here. So it was nice seeing that. It backs up the fact that films do look different in cinemas. And the weird thing is I've seen this film that many times, and yet I still noticed a few things that I hadn't seen before, that I hadn't noticed before, because I was watching it in the cinema, and it was an experience watching it in the cinema, and there's a different feel to things. They feel different in the cinema. Not better, but certainly different. It was nice seeing it on 35mm as well, which was great. And it made me go, do you know what? I need to be looking out more for these type of things, because there's sometimes where I look at them and I go, oh, Blar's playing. But I'm not, I can watch it at home if I want to. And it's maybe kind of go, do you know what? No. Fucking go out and watch them, because it is a different experience, and it was a really nice experience watching this movie what is it? So I will be sort of trying to catch up with these reference season ones. So the Videodrome and catching Mulholland Drive at the cinema again. Now I'm watching it as somebody who's in their 30s, not somebody who's in their early 20s. It's going to be. I think I'll get a lot more out of it. And watching Suspiria on the big screen again will be fantastic.
Oh, you're doing that?
I'm going to do Suspiria, yeah.
Nice.
So, they are great that these things are on, and it was heartening to see that other people were going to see it as well. And there's people of all ages. There were some guys in there that were sort of early 20s, and there was some people who sat behind us that looked like they were in their 60s. And it was a good kind of crop of that, and everyone seemed to be enjoying it. And as well, the fact that people had chosen to go and see a film that they'd probably already seen, it meant that everyone just sat and watched and enjoyed the movie because they knew what was happening. So everyone had their own little kind of interpretations of what was going on because they'd probably seen this movie. It probably wasn't the second time they saw it. It was probably the third, fourth, fifth, or 15th time they saw it. So it was great, and it does it is that thing where every so often when you start to get a little bit worn down with the bullshit that goes with it going to the cinema, it's that kind of reminds you, no, actually, the actual focus on the film, it is different seeing it on that screen and the sound and everything like that. It does kind of reinvigorate that. Fuck yes, this is what I want from the cinema, which leads it to being this is what should happen. There should be more. It shouldn't just be the art house cinemas that are doing this. There should be more re-releases, and you know what? It could actually help cinemas where you've got fucking 12 screens and you've maybe got some on there. For instance, you're still playing fucking Captain America Civil War. You're still playing twice a day at some fucking multiplexes, and you're thinking, I wonder if people are actually still going to that. I wonder if they are, or if it's just to fill a fucking screen. Why not throw on something like this and just fucking see if people turn up? So I thoroughly enjoyed that. And the last one I talk about is Green Room, which I know you really liked.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, you were a big fan. So I stuck this on Tuesday night, I believe. I was looking forward to it. Stuck it on. I knew not a lot. I tried to not know too much because of the fact that it's only 95 minutes. It struck me as the more I know about a film that is 95 minutes and very tense, the more I know, the less that tension's going to be there. So I went into it kind of, knowing essentially the plot, but beyond that, I didn't know any of the big surprises or anything like that. And I was a big fan of Blue Ruin. It's very good. I like the fact that Jeremy Saulnier decided to do Green Room because he said, hopefully the career trajectory I'm on, in 4 or 5 films' time, I'm not going to be able to make Green Room because they won't let me. Was quite kind of cool, but also a little bit like, that's worrying in some ways. But yeah, it is a fucking tense movie, isn't it?
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah, I think I actually WhatsApped Ian and Noel, John and Mike with the little Anchorman meme of that escalated quickly, and that this film does escalate fucking quickly.
Oh yeah.
It was the moment. I'll say the moment where Anton. I don't want to spoil it because it's not a feature review film. I know we are all spoilers all the time, but it's not a feature review film. So I feel like I'm going to leave this for people to get to it. I'll say, but a moment where Anton Yelchin puts his arm out somewhere, and then from there you go, oh, wow, well that escalated.
Yeah.
Yelchin's fantastic. Poots is very good. Patrick Stewart's plays completely against character, which is nice to see. I also think Macon Blair is fantastic in this, as he was in Blue Ruin. I'd like to see him doing more because I think he's actually a really good actor, actually. And the way that Sonia deals with the movie itself, and the tension in it, and the fact that there's a bravery, I think, to doing this type of movie, and this type of small movie as well. It is very, very good. It plays out very, very well. It shows that he is a real fucking talent for him to keep that level of pulling you in and keeping you there and keeping you going, shit. I have to watch this, but I kind of don't want to watch because it's going to be grim and horrible and disgusting and it's going to make me feel icky. It's a really, really good film. Really powerful, fucking tense shit is what I'll say.
Yeah, you just had me nodding my head pretty much throughout that, man.
Yeah, and I actually, because Keanu was one that people might not have seen that much of, and I thought I'd add Green Room on to doing our little poll here as well. So put that out there for Green Room for people to vote in. And that's come back as definitely not shit, 82%. Touching cloth 18%, and shit 0%, which is heartening at that. And that's up 11 votes, and that'll keep going for the next few days. But yeah, that's cool that nobody. I think if you're going into that movie knowing even a vague bit about it, and you think it's shit, then I really wouldn't be able to understand why you're watching movies, because it's a spectacularly sculpted movie. So yes, that was what I've watched. So Ian, we've got a few people have responded to our before we do questions, responded to our top fives that we asked for. So do you want me to go through these and then we'll do ours? Or?
Yeah, go on, dude. Yeah, sounds good.
Cool. So Rich Kid at Rich J Kid, top 5 of 2016 so far. Number 1, he's got Spotlight. Number 2, he's got The Nice Guys. Number 3, The Big Short. Number 4, Deadpool, and number 5, Room. Andrew Grover at Nautas says Green Room, Closet Monsters, Nice Guys, April in the Extraordinary World, and Carmen Tropical. I'm sure somebody else responded to this, so I'll just check, see if they responded on... Nope, that was the ones that responded. Oh. Yeah. So Ian, go on then, what are yours before we get into questions?
Cool, man, yeah, so my number 5 would be Everybody Wants Some. Yep. Number 4, Youth, the Paolo Sorrentino film. 3 is Green Room. Like I said, I was kind of nodding all the way through what you're talking about there. Number 2, The Nice Guys. And number 1, actually out on Blu-ray this week, and I'm hoping my rewatch doesn't let me down, The Witch.
The Witch is your number 1 movie of the year?
Yeah. Fuck you.
Wow. You're so wrong. Mine are number 5, Everybody Wants Some.
Nice.
Number 4, Deadpool. Number 3, Green Room.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, Demolition.
Right.
And number 1, The Nice Guys.
Ah, there we go.
Yep. Fucking The Witch. Fucking madman.
It's like the hyped up horror of the last few years that I actually think warranted it, and that's a miracle in itself. I will just say I did a bottom 5 quite quickly.
Oh, go. I didn't, but I'll try and come up with them off the top of my head.
Nice. 5, Gods of Egypt. 4, yeah. Grimsby. 3, The Forest. 2, yeah, that's right, Grimsby is better than The Forest. 2, Dad's Army. And 1, The Unfolding.
Unfolding?
Yeah, it was I think I talked about it on the show, but it was basically one of those Fright Fest Presents things.
I know what you're talking about it now, yeah.
I still do not know why it was called The Unfolding. It was fucking brutal. It was awful. But yeah, there you go. The Unfolding.
My bottom 5 would be, I didn't mean to put The Witch in there, and I promise I'm not just doing that to be a dick. But yeah, that would be in there.
No way, man. Like, Black Phillip, Would You Like to Live Deliciously? Come on, can't be in your bottom 5.
It's in my bottom 5.
Fuck off.
It's in my bottom 5.
No, it's not.
It is.
Oh, it's the Sabotage reverse switcheroo.
At least Sabotage is entertaining. And it's an Amdram. I'm not going to stop being mean because it's your favourite movie of the year and it's horrible to start taking the piss and I don't like that, so I'm going to stop now. You
just don't want to live deliciously, man. You don't like the taste of butter.
I don't like the taste of Kate What's-Her-Name's butter now. I'm trying to think. I haven't seen that many that have actually offended me that much this year. So,
to be fair, that my bottom 2 are the only ones that genuinely I cannot believe I just sat through that.
Gods of Egypt to be in there, in the fact that it was shit.
What about The Forest?
The Forest was shit. That'd be my bottom 5 as well. And maybe X-Men Apocalypse currently. But that's because I don't think I've actually watched anything that fucking terrible this year.
Yeah.
Or Get a Job. That'd be in there.
Oh, God, yeah, no, okay.
Yeah, because that was just fucking awful. We have got a few questions this week, so I shall find them and go through those. We had one coming, a couple actually, from Steve Dixon, the great SD. The day after we recorded the last show, so I have remembered to get to this. And he's got 2 questions there. The first one is, what's your top 5 Schwarzenegger films? And the other question is, am I the only one getting sick of cameos in films? No, you're not, actually.
Cameos?
There does seem to be a heightened amount of kind of cameos of kind of, oh, look, in movies. It does detract sometimes from things a little bit.
I don't know. I'm not particularly offended by that, to be honest. Solid RuPaul cameo in Fled, by the way.
That doesn't bother me. It's when you have a film where there's more than 1 or 2. When there's 4 or 5, it's a little bit like, all right, yes, you're mates with blah. You're mates with blah. Oh, look, Jay-Z's in it. Oh, look, it's, what's his name, the other one? Kanye West. He's in this. Brilliant. There's bits like that kind of have grated on me.
Yeah, I suppose, like in Trainwreck, that scene where, oh God, isn't it like Matthew Broderick and a few other people show up or something for a scene, and it's like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, I know.
It's those type of ones that bother me.
Top 5 Schwarzenegger. Fuck, man.
I think I did a top 5 Schwarzenegger on Letterboxd a while. Well, I say a while ago. I mean, like a few fucking years ago. So I'm gonna have a look, see if I can find that.
Fuck, dude. All right. So, God, you got the 2 Terminators. You got Predator. I'm kind of thinking out loud here. I don't think I'd go for any of his comedies. I think that's fair. True Lies. I've only seen True Lies once. I need to rewatch that.
I did a top 10 Schwarzenegger between 1984 and 1991.
Okay, go.
At number 10, Red Sonja. At number 9, Conan the Destroyer.
Yeah. Wow.
At number 8, Raw Deal. Which I think partially was just for the trailer. It says nobody gives Schwarzenegger a raw deal.
No, like, seriously, I remember so clearly I was in uni and I was watching something, and I, like, took the VHS out of the uni library, and it had the trailer for Raw Deal, and it's literally, like, crawling text, isn't it? And it's like, they tried to give him a raw deal, and some action, and then no one gives Schwarzenegger a raw deal.
Yeah, and it's just Schwarzenegger, it's just coming down in red text across across the side of the thing. Yeah, amazing. Brilliant. Number 7, Red Heat.
Solid.
I must have been high when I wrote this, or I put it in the wrong place, because I've got at 6, Predator. Right?
Yeah.
And at 5, I've got Kindergarten Cop.
Yeah, you need to switch that.
I think I've made a mistake here. At number 4, Commando. Yeah. At number 3, The Running Man. Number 2, Terminator. And number 1, Total Recall.
Terminator 2 is not even needed to... Oh, no, 91.
91. But Terminator 2 wouldn't be in my top 5, certainly.
God, yeah, okay. So, fuck, man. Terminator... Total... I mean, I'm trying to figure out my order, but Terminator, Total Recall, Predator, Commando...
Yeah.
Conan the Barbarian. But what would I have? Because oh Christ, Conan might be my number 1.
Really?
I fucking love Conan. I fucking love Conan.
We did a commentary for Conan, didn't we?
We did. I fucking love Conan.
That commentary's actually, I remember that commentary being a lot of fun at record.
Yeah, it was. I think it's still actually all our episodes are still available, but yeah, fuck, Conan the Barbarian's the shit. So Conan would be my number 1, Predator would be my number 2, Total Recall would be my number 3, Terminator my number 4, and Commando my number 5. Boom, done.
Yeah. What else we got? Rich Kid at Rich J Kid. Now that Ghostbusters is out, what film will attract the hate bandwagon next?
Let's have a think.
BFG.
People don't care.
No, but I think people will start to care more when it comes out. People will start yelling, "This isn't my BFG. My BFG was the blah, 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 blah." And I don't care. But I have a feeling that some people might care on that.
Rogue One.
I don't think that's got backlash yet.
No, it's going to.
I don't think it will.
I think it will. I
think the sheer kind of fucking oomph at the moment that Star Wars has got, I just don't quite think that's going to be the one that's going to get it. I think the next one's going to start to get that. What else is out? Isn't that Harry Potter one out later on this year?
Yeah, I think there's enough want for that, and it's disconnected enough from Harry Potter that I think that will be all right.
He's Rich Strickland says, I'm betting on the new all-female Ocean's 11, but I reckon there'll be something before that. There'll definitely be something before that that'll get this little wave of people just being generally snidey about things. Like we said last week about the Ghostbusters thing, I do think it's strange how kind of fucking angry people have got. I am quite staggered that we forgot to mention the Mike Hatt thing. During our Ghostbusters review.
Fuck me.
Because that had me at one of those moments where I think for some reason, either in my brain, it wasn't, when I'm looking back at it, it wasn't as funny as I'm remembering it, but I remember absolutely having to actually take my glasses off to actually wipe my eyes. Now I cry a lot when I laugh anyway, and it's quite easy for my eyes to start watering when I laugh, but during that, I had to do it twice for the "Can I bring my cat here?" I'm allergic to cats. I think my cat is a dog. You call it dog my cat? My cat. Oh, right.
It's like, well, that's not his full name. It's actually Michael something or other. I don't know. I mean, like this Ghostbusters thing, it just feels like it's a weird level that we haven't really seen that much before. Just the sheer what's the point of it?
Yeah, it is. It's been fun just to watch people absolutely lose their fucking minds over, let's be honest, a perfectly decent film. Yeah. that's just because I cannot understand it. Just because it's got a female cast, it just can't get my head around it. Why that makes a fucking difference?
Seems to some people.
I don't get it. So yes. So that was episode 168. Ian, what are we doing next week?
Star Trek Beyond.
Of course we are. That's out, isn't it? I literally, honestly forgot that was out. The word is quite good.
I'm actually rather looking forward to it now. I'm up for some Trek. I'm going to do some Wrath of Khan this week. I'm going to go through the Abrams films, it's, why not? Like you say, good word. Apparently it captures the spirit of the original series quite well, and good on it, and fair play to Simon Pegg. If he's actually written a decent film without Edgar Wright, good on him.
And as well, the other thing I suppose it is, after what happened with the first trailer landing and everybody going,
oh. Yeah.
And Pegg going, kind of coming out and going, look, it's the first trailer, people. Can you give it a little bit of time? And it now seems like it was actually right to get a little bit kind of defensive about his movie in the sense that the second trailer was still shit. But then that third trailer that landed was like, oh, no, this looks all right. And I'm not invested in the Trek world in any way at all, but it is one of those things. It is quite a precious thing to a lot of people. So you want, I would prefer me to go into it and go, wow, that was shit. And all the Trek people to go, that was brilliant. Yeah. Than me to go into it and go, that was brilliant. And all the Trek people to go, well, that was shit. Because it's not my fucking universe to be happy about and to enjoy. I prefer it if they enjoyed it and they got everything out of it and I fucking didn't. But if I can get it and they can get it, I'm fucking all for that shit. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it. It's, you know, it looks like it's going to be a good space romp.
Yep.
And I'm fucking well up for a good space romp. So we'll be covering Star Trek. Yeah, fuck, I'm looking forward to that. I probably won't rewatch Star Trek. I'll probably just watch Into Darkness.
Oh, that's the wrong way round.
Yeah, but Into Darkness, it kind of, I'm guessing the leap goes from that to that, and I've only seen Into Darkness once. I've seen Star Trek a couple of times, so I don't really need to, unless I get told by Becky no, we're watching both of them again, which could happen.
4K Blu-rays are out in the US, they're not out in the UK. I'm annoyed.
Are they region locked, or
Sorry?
are they all region locked, or?
No, they're region free, but fuck man, they're like 30 quid a piece or something if I want to import them, and it's like I'm not paying 30 quid for Star Trek.
No.
If it was a 4K master, I'd consider it, but it's a 2K source. You gotta read up on these things, man.
Yeah, like you say, it's 30 quid, and then possibly getting hit with the possible customs charge can kind of, you know, it's not fucking worth it, man.
Yeah, no.
It's not worth it. Anything else to add before we say goodbye to the wonderful folks?
I was just going to say, I think as soon as they announce Star Trek Beyond for Blu-ray, it'll be, and we're going to do a box set of the first 3 of the new ones, all in UHD as well, so sod it, I'll just wait for that. No, I have nothing else, sorry.
Cool, right. Well, thank you very much for listening, folks. DudeTheMonkey at gmail.com, DudeTheMonkey.com. There'll be more stuff on there because I have actually got some bits that I've written that I'll be finishing this week. Last week was a bit of a hectic week for me. Dude the Monkey on Twitter, at Ian Lauren on Twitter, at DudeFoz on Twitter, and we shall speak to you next week, folks.
Bye.
Super duper. So sway.
I need a wee wee. Oh, hello, Lottie.